Welcome to the final episode of Canada's Worst Driver. At the end of this program, we will learn the identity of the nation's most pathetic license holder. Is it Henrietta? Is it Michael? Or is it Shannon? To prove which one of them really is Canada's worst driver, we're going to be taking all three of our remaining candidates on two very stressful driving challenges. Then, for their final exam, they will be taking this state-of-the-art vehicle around the most difficult course we have ever created. We call it Downtown Toronto. Now, if that doesn't seem like a really particularly, clever idea, let me just say this. At least the car is smart. At the end of our last episode, two drivers graduated, leaving these three to lament their fate as finalists for Canada's Worst Driver. Michael was nominated for the country's most embarrassing automotive award by his pal Eric.
Canada's worst driver. He might be standing behind me.
Michael's bad driving habits include holding his breath,
Michael,
scraping his paint, and rarely checking his blind spot.
Sore neck.
Michael has some physical limitations.
With your right eye, you're reading about a 20/30 vision.
And he's often limited by physics.
The laws of physics don't change with your velocity.
But his biggest obstacle is pessimism.
I always assume the worst, and far too often I'm right.
Henrietta was brought to this dance by her beloved husband, Andy.
You're not my coach. Shut up.
For Henrietta, driving is like riding a roller coaster. It has all the stomach-churning effects.
I'm feeling like I'm gonna vomit, Andy.
Even being stationary is tense because of the anticipation of danger.
Keep going. If I have to change lanes, there's no way I can change lanes here.
Henrietta constantly goes over the top and into the bottom.
Okay, you're in the ditch.
Shannon is the final finalist for Canada's Worst Driver.
I am backing up.
Shannon was forced into rehab by her friend Sarah for very sobering reasons.
I'm having a baby.
Before I got pregnant, I was drinking and driving, doing stupid shit. I may have killed myself.
Alcohol-free, Shannon's still an outrage and a danger behind the wheel.
I'm not going home.
Shannon has stopped laughing every time she makes impact. Now, if only she could stop making impact.
Man, I'm gonna have a Harry.
The three remaining nominees for the title of Canada's Worst Driver all rely far too heavily on the talents of their passenger. So, for their first challenge in this all-important final episode, the person riding shotgun with them won't be their nominator. Instead, our bad drivers will be shuttling each other backwards and forwards through one of our winding courses. Did I mention they'll be hauling a trailer? To succeed at this challenge, Canada's Worst Drivers will have to keep their cool. What is crucial when pulling a trailer is to take all turns as wide as possible. When they get to here, they need to reverse into that campsite. I've got the trailer straight now. It's just a matter of reversing. The key to going backwards in a straight line is to constantly check the wing mirrors. And if the trailer juts out to the left, turn the wheel to the left and it'll straighten. Woohoo! I'm getting off course there now, though. I have to go forward and reline just a hair. Ooh, another foot. That's it. I'm in. I took just over 6 minutes and needed 2 attempts at reversing. Before the nervous nominees for Canada's Worst Driver take this test, they each get a private lesson from our head instructor, Scott Marshall, who teaches them 2 big things. 1, recognizing a jackknife.
Whoa!
When it starts to really fish out like that, you have to stop.
And 2, reversing the trailer in a straight line.
There you go.
I got it under control now, don't I?
Shannon is the first to feel the pressure.
I feel squished.
I'm not groping you.
Cozy?
Yeah.
Final judgment begins now. One of you, I'm afraid to say, is Canada's worst driver.
Excuse me, I need elbow room.
I'm definitely as far over as I can get.
This could turn out to be the most stressful camping trip ever.
Give me an hour and I'll Park it.
An hour is exactly how long Shannon's got.
Can you move your feet, dude?
Shannon begins by establishing a pattern. She backs up, she jackknifes, and she curses. Then she pulls forward, she backs up, she jackknifes, and she curses.
What's up with this?
Then she repeats the process ad nauseum.
Why is it doing that? Yeah, it's doing it again.
Every time Shannon repeats the process,
It's jackknifing on this side.
she gets more and more flustered.
You've jackknifed.
Don't f me, okay? Honestly. Please don't make f-ing sounds.
Henrietta gets out to give Shannon some elbow room and to provide directions from a different viewpoint.
So turn it left a little bit.
Why this is so hard, I have no clue.
Right straight back.
Is this straight?
That is straight.
Straight. Go slow though.
Henrietta, I'm gonna cry.
Slow now. Come on.
Why is it turning like that?
That girl, come on, you're coming. Come on.
What kind of dumbass can't park a
Whoa, whoa.
Wow. Wow, I'm gonna have a hernia. Whatever that is. What's a hernia?
A hernia is when your intestines protrude through the muscle wall of the abdomen.
I'm gonna have one of those.
Relentless jackknifing is causing Shannon to crack up.
You're almost there.
Jackknife or I'll kill you. I'll hit you with a bat and kill you.
Oh, that's enough for Michael. He and Henrietta switch seats,
You are clear of the deer. You will not hit Bambi.
and Shannon finally gets parked.
2 more inches and you got her. Keep going. Woo! What?
To finish, Shannon needed 39 minutes and 31 attempts. Towing a trailer will be a first for Michael.
Give me the long rundown of firsts you've done in the show again.
Let's see. First time in mud, first time off-roading, first time in a four-wheeler, first time driving a truck of any sort, first dirt road, first gravel road, first time driving in Forest, first donuts, and first time having to dodge cargo. So, yeah, there's a whole lot of firsts on here.
With everyone snuggled in, Michael asks Shannon if the trailer's going to hit the tree on her side.
No. Oh, yes it is.
Now he's stuck.
You're going to hit.
Henrietta, would you be so kind as to get out?
Okay, keep going. You're good.
Henrietta coaches Michael past the tree,
You got to come in around this way.
but when he's ready to reverse,
Yeah, okay, Michael, keep going.
she tells him to go forward another 20 meters.
Well, that's good. Now start backing up. It's jackknife, and you have to straighten it out.
But Michael has no room to straighten out.
Just go into the trees. You're not in the right place, Michael.
I can tell that.
We might have just found Canada's worst driver. He's got his wheels the total wrong way.
Turn the wheel
This way.
to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
What way was he turning the wheels that time?
He was going this way. I asked him to go this way, but
Now they're discussing which way you should turn the wheels to get the trailer to go to the left.
When you turn the wheel when you're reversing, the trailer turns the opposite way.
That's Sergeant Cam Woolley of the Ontario Provincial Police Force. From the safety of our control center, he's observing the final driving tests alongside Scott Marshall and our other 2 experts, insurance broker Marcus Agiman and race car driver Juliana Chioviti.
They need to remember small movement with a small trailer.
At the end of each episode, they and I decide who graduates. And Michael has been on the short list almost every time.
What do you think about Michael?
Michael?
I can give you Michael. I would feel confident giving him his keys back.
Michael?
I'd go for Michael.
Tonight, though, we're not picking a graduate. We're naming Canada's worst driver. Maybe it's Michael. He still hasn't parked the trailer. Henrietta leads the horse to water,
He's getting it. Tell him he's getting it.
but can't make him drink.
Wow, wow. Look, you're that far from being there.
That's close, but
Oh, crud. It would not do to knock over the tent.
Oh, this is pathetic.
and this is the 40th minute.
Watch the tree, Michael.
This is the 50th minute,
Gonna hit the tree.
the 55th minute,
you're going into the fire.
minute 57,
I think I'm stuck.
58,
The mirror.
59,
Oh, crud. I don't think I can accomplish anything significant before you run out of tape.
and 60. Michael tried reversing back 39 times, and he hit 8 trees. Henrietta's the last driver to park the trailer. She doesn't succeed in her first 4 attempts.
I don't think it's possible to do this quickly.
Doing it slowly is hard on the ego and the body.
It's gonna jackknife.
Looking over his shoulder for an hour has left Michael in pain. Under Shannon's watchful eye,
Am I going to clear that board?
Yeah.
Henrietta hits a sign, a tree,
Stop.
and a log.
Oh, I'm sorry. Michael, do you want to try to do this?
All right.
Because I suck at this.
Forward. Forward. Forward.
Don't put me way down in the bush.
Forward.
Breathe.
Trailer to Shannon's side. Trailer to Shannon's side. Shannon's side.
I'm not
Hard.
Shannon's side. Is not making it go that.
No.
Trailer to left slightly.
Hey, turn!
Oh, I thought you were yelling at me. Oh, I'm stuck on something.
All right.
Sorry.
Okay, straighten up. Forward.
Smells like
Stop.
it's burning wood.
Reverse. Reverse.
Yes, it's reverse, Michael.
Henrietta's almost out of time.
I'm going to go real fast, so watch ya.
And she's almost out of patience.
Oh, Michael, thank you. Whatever you're digging out there, that's great.
You have 3 minutes.
That's right. It's minute 57.
Stop.
58.
Hard to Shannon's side.
59.
Straight back. Stop. You're in.
Woohoo! Woohoo! Good stuff, I'm in it.
Henrietta needed 42 attempts, but she succeeded in 59 minutes. When we come back, it's the Mega Challenge.
That was horrible. Absolutely pathetic.
It's time to take the intensity to a whole new level. So far, Canada's worst drivers have endured 19 challenges, each one designed to teach a specific lesson. For their final exam here at our rehabilitation center, Shannon, Michael, and Henrietta will each rip through that massive course behind me that's been fiendishly but lovingly created to see if they've learned those lessons. It's all up in the air right now, but soon we will know the identity of Canada's worst driver. The student's first instruction, there we go, is to put the hammer down and peel off in a blaze of rubber. Their goal is to get up to 60 kilometers an hour before they get to those pylons.
To do that, they have to floor it the whole way.
I come around here and jack it right back up to 60.
Then I have to hold 60 until my front bumper reaches these stop signs.
Right there.
Perfect. Then it's a tight forward drive and an even tighter reverse.
Keeping your cool here is going to be crucial.
Then it's back up to 60 and through the eye of the needle.
Whoa, and then we slow right down.
Then it's onto a dirt road, through a maze of cars, and onto the final slalom, which leads to a patch of dirt being guarded by my mother.
There's my mother! If they do it right, they'll stop just 2 feet in front of my mother.
First to drive the Mega Challenge is Shannon.
Go through this as fast as you can.
For the Mega Challenge, I'll be riding in the back seat to make sure no one goes off course.
You gotta get it up to 60 again, and you gotta slam on the brakes at the slow signs.
You're at 60.
That's way before. Back up, all the way back.
On Shannon's second attempt, she goes too fast. Through the tight forward section,
Ay, ay, ay.
Shannon has difficulty.
Ay, 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 ay.
She might be Canada's worst driver.
Just slow down. Take time.
At this stage,
Ah, damn it!
there is simply no excuse for hitting stationary objects.
Oh yeah, I've totally myself. Wow.
Whenever Shannon gets frustrated, she gives up
Oh, great. Good job, dumbass.
and becomes dangerous.
It's like watching the first episode here. You hit one thing and she keeps going.
Okay, I can either like steam through it and hit, or I can sit here all day.
Shannon could get out and move the cage back into position, but she'd rather do this.
When you hit something and you feel something dragging, at what point do you stop and get out of your car?
En route to the eye of the needle, Shannon accelerates up to 60.
Good, your own speed.
But drifts to the right. Around the dirt track, Shannon calms down and even remembers her mantra.
No metal on metal.
But she doesn't follow it. Brace yourself. The next car crash lasts 8 seconds.
The driver has to remember this is a bigger vehicle. It's going to take a lot more movement to move it.
How the am I gonna get past here?
Finally, Shannon leaves the parked cars and strains her way through the slalom course.
I'm gonna have a hernia.
Coming around the final bend, Shannon heads straight for my mother. Shannon took over half an hour to finish. She had to repeat 2 sections, and she hit over 50 obstacles. Next to run the mega challenge is Michael.
Go, 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 go. There's 60 kilometers.
I just slow way down because I can barely even see the turn.
The first skid test spooks Michael.
You didn't get there nearly fast enough. Back up, Michael.
Too timid.
His second attempt at stopping when he reaches the signs is worse.
Hold that.
But not compared to his third.
No, too fast. Did it again. Too soon.
On his fourth attempt, Michael concentrates on timing his stop perfectly.
And now.
But he's going too fast.
Right. Well, there goes my hope of acing this.
Through the forward precision section, Michael hits nothing, but going backwards.
I'm hearing touching.
Yeah.
Towards you, towards you, towards you. Towards you, towards you, towards you.
Michael gets free.
What in the world?
And hits things as if that were the goal.
Andrew, what are these rooms supposed to be representing anyway?
Things you're not supposed to hit. Stop. Buildings. Garbage cans. Pedestrians.
They represent all of those things.
Thank you.
Didn't sound the best.
No, it did not.
Headed for the eye of the needle, Michael protects himself by steering Eric into the barrier.
Not so great.
Michael bounces along the dirt road.
Very much not good.
Okay, whoa, Kimosabi.
And stops to hear an idea from Eric.
Drop her down into bottommost gear.
Good notion.
To my side.
Shifting to a less powerful gear gives Michael more finesse.
Straight, 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 straight.
This is going to be tricky.
It wouldn't be mega if it wasn't tricky.
Now, he's got the right idea by swinging a little wide.
A little wide isn't wide enough.
We're gonna touch. We're gonna touch.
Crud.
Gotta come.
I don't like that at all.
Before the final slalom, I tell Michael to keep an eye out for the guardian of the finish line.
Don't hit the mama.
Don't hit my mother.
Getting up to 40,
Not fast enough.
Michael has to floor it.
What street is this? Le Mans?
Up to 60, you're not close. Up to 60.
Michael never took the car out of its lowest gear. Now he's pushing it to go faster while fixating on my mother.
Don't hit her, man. That's her mother.
Crud!
Sorry, Mom.
That was rotten. By any standard I know, that was horrible. Absolutely pathetic. And totally unjustifiable. Anything to add?
No.
The mega challenge took Michael 29 minutes. He failed 4 components, and he hit 39 obstacles. One of which was supposed to be untouchable.
Anything you'd like to say to her?
What can you say to the dead?
Henrietta will be the last through the mega challenge.
Go.
Henrietta starts off by going a little too fast for her own liking.
Molly, the brakes are touchy, aren't they?
On the first straightaway, though, Henrietta's grateful for the stopping power.
Right on the money. You pulled it off.
In the forward section, though, Henrietta's lost.
Now where do I go?
You're gonna back through that series of cages behind us.
Oh, watch it for a sec, dude.
You gotta realize your front swings the other way a little bit.
I'm caught on something.
And he helps by moving the rim 4 centimeters.
But you're gonna hit it there in the front, though. Okay, you
That's why I asked you to move it. You're supposed to be helping me.
slowly.
Whoa! I hit it.
That's not all she hits. Speeding up to thread the needle, Henrietta drifts right off the road. On the dirt road, the drifting doesn't stop. Pulling into the parked cars, Henrietta pulls into a parked car.
Whoa.
See, I'm rubbing it, see?
Yeah. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, whoa.
I hate you instructing me what to do. See?
Hard right again and back that way.
See, I hate when you help me.
Okay, just...
You're friggin' screw me up every time.
All right, take it on your own, take it on your own.
You do, or you tell me something and it isn't right.
You don't always have to do it.
I guess I'm gonna be the worst driver because I can't do this. There it goes. I knew this would happen.
Henrietta charges through the darkness, saying one of her favorite phrases.
I can't do this.
But she does do the slalom just fine, and she finishes safely. Henrietta took 21 minutes, and she hit 37 objects. Compared with the others, it's hard to say who was the worst.
After the break, it's the ultimate driving challenge. Downtown Toronto.
Since getting to rehab 7 episodes ago, Canada's worst drivers have been through 23 in-car challenges, each one designed to simulate a real on-road experience.
Jesus!
Now, all that academic effort is over.
It's time for the real thing. Driving in downtown Toronto.
For their final exam, Canada's worst drivers will show us what they've learned by making their way through Hogtown. On these famously hostile streets, they'll steer around a 27-kilometer route involving 32 turns and a mind-boggling array of big city lights, buildings, signs, streetcars, bicyclists, and pedestrians.
On top of that, there's thousands of other bad drivers to contend with. Which of our nominees will be able to handle Canada's worst traffic? And which of them will crash and burn, earning the title Canada's Worst Driver? Personally, I'm hoping they all drive like champions because I'm going to be in the car with them.
And it's not just any car. It's this car.
Cool car.
We picked this vehicle for its tight maneuverability and its high safety rating. Shannon wants to go first, even though she's got morning sickness.
I feel like ass.
You okay?
Yeah.
This hour-long drive has 33 turns. After one is made, I will announce the next.
One time and one time only, all right? Right on Lower Jarvis. Very good. Left on the Esplanade.
On her way to the Esplanade, Shannon heads straight through this intersection, but stops cold.
Oh, God.
It's her first moving violation.
This is really weird.
Her second violation is running through the red.
Right on Bay Street. Well done. Left on Wellesley.
When Shannon gets to Wellesley, as it's pronounced, she pulls into the intersection and once again stops cold. The light turns red.
This is a ticketable offense.
Yeah.
And Shannon doesn't go. Shannon just can't judge how fast the other cars are coming. So once again, she doesn't go.
There's a cop right there.
Until the light turns color.
That honk was for you, by the way.
Yeah.
You ran red and you stopped at an intersection, but aside from that, you're doing fine.
Thanks.
Shannon takes her next 3 turns correctly, but turning left on Huron, she once again stops in no man's land.
Come on, dude. Go, 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 go.
Then goes when the light is red.
In the middle of the road on a red again there.
On Spadina Avenue, Shannon's instructed to do a legal U-turn. She gets into the correct lane, but doesn't see her traffic light.
You're running a red light. See that red light that says U-turn signal? You're actually blocking off a pedestrian walkway right now. Like, whoa, watch the pedestrians here, man.
Okay, I'm so flustered.
Just hold your mark, okay?
Okay.
If a police officer was following her, she'd be just about out of driver's license points.
Okay, I can go now.
There's your U-turn signal.
When we met Shannon in Calgary, she was an unrepentant road rager.
You honking at? Yeah, you.
But after a full stay in rehab, she's humble enough to tolerate roller ragers.
Yeah, okay, buddy. It's okay. I was really scared for a second there.
In one more second, I'm really scared.
Damn it, damn it.
Okay, we've talked about this before. You're stuck in an intersection again, and now the light is yellow. And now it's red, and we're in the intersection.
Oh, God.
And here come the pedestrians. Oi. You gotta stop doing that, Shannon.
I know.
On Wellington, Shannon hits another crosswalk.
Stopping.
Shannon should be stopping behind this line, so cars turning this way have enough room. Instead, Shannon crosses the line.
Stopping. Again.
And again, Shannon's in the crosswalk.
It was better than before.
At the next lights, Shannon indicates her left turn, but she's still on the right side of this 4-lane one-way road.
You're not in the turning lane, hey?
I'm not?
You're not.
From there, Shannon makes it safely to the finish line.
I followed the directions well, but I broke some rules.
Shannon broke so many rules, she could have received $990 in traffic tickets. Next to drive through Toronto is Henrietta.
I'm terrified to death. My knees are just knock. I'm scared I'm gonna hit somebody.
Andy gets into the chase vehicle, and Henrietta gets going.
Very good.
Are you nervous?
When Henrietta asks,
Are you nervous? Andy, are you nervous?
what she really means is she's nervous.
I'm nervous. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. Oh, say a few prayers. Yeah, take a deep breath. I gotta take a deep breath.
In Toronto, Henrietta makes a correct turn, then pulls up for an amber light, but goes too far.
All right, you got into the crosswalk here, hey?
I see that, yes.
When Henrietta tries to go
Left on Wellington Street.
the array of options confuse her.
I don't know where to go here. Do I go over there?
She doesn't like driving in traffic at all, so she's really, really nervous.
Even though she has plenty of opportunities to turn, Henrietta waits. And waits. Until...
And it's red light.
Go. You're in the middle of an intersection. Don't stay there. You're doing well. Just hold it together. Right on Yonge Street. All right, that's good. Except you were in the through lane.
This jaywalker is in the opposite lane, but Henrietta slows down for him.
Yes, because I seen him coming, but he was coming across there and I didn't want to hit him.
Now Henrietta's missing her left turn onto Edward Street.
Okay, that was Edward Street right there.
No,
That's the turn you missed.
Why
Yep.
didn't you tell me?
Trying to decide what to do, Henrietta slows down to walking speed.
You got a green light in front of you and you're holding up traffic on one of the busiest streets in Canada.
I'm sorry.
To get back so she can try again, Henrietta makes 2 left turns.
This is ridiculous.
Turning left requires crossing a lane of oncoming traffic. For that reason, it's usually not allowed in big cities during peak traffic times, like now, or in the afternoon.
Look up, Henrietta, look up. You're right up there, Henrietta. It says no left turn, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Well, it's not 7 p.m.
Whoa, that's a red light. We're turning left on a red light. Get out of here. Go, 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 go. Get out of here. Go, go, go.
All the cops will get me.
There's the cop right there, and he let us go.
She'd be almost out of points now.
Henrietta makes it back to Yonge Street, but...
This also says no left turn. I'm not going to let you do it here.
Well, I don't know how I'm going to get back there.
Henrietta drives aimlessly forward,
I don't know how I'm going to get back there.
unable to make a plan.
I don't know how to get back there.
I'll make you a deal.
I promise to get Henrietta back on track.
I told you to be a wild ride with me.
It's okay. I like wildness. Okay.
Okay, what's wrong now?
Well, one thing is you're into the lane of oncoming traffic. You see this yellow line in front of us? That symbolizes the middle of the road. You don't want to be on the left of that line.
Look, that cop is watching me.
Yes, he is. That's that same cop we've impressed before with
Oh, Andrew, I want to quit this.
Saying she wants to quit is something Henrietta does a lot.
I think I should quit.
Let me go.
I want out of this Jeep. I hate this. I want to quit this right now.
But Henrietta never quits, even when she said this.
I'm staying right here. I'm not doing nothing else.
Henrietta still went on to finish. So today, I encourage her to continue, and she does.
Look at this. What's going on here?
This is Toronto. There's jaywalkers, there's cars all over, there's unmarked intersections.
At the next intersection, a cabbie sneaks through the stale orange light by cutting in front of Henrietta.
Henrietta,
Look at that. Yes, I see it now. It's too late. I was watching that cab go across there. I know it's awful. I'm doing awful. I can't help it.
I'm trying to stay positive, but Henrietta smells my nervousness.
He's scared.
All right.
Henrietta's back on track, so it's up to her to follow basic directions again. When she gets to the
Right on Queen's Park Crescent.
I'm not allowed to tell her she's in the wrong lane.
But she got her left signal on for it.
Henrietta pulls into the crosswalk and sees the light turn orange.
Can I back up?
But she doesn't see the no left turn sign. When the light turns green,
don't turn left, Henrietta.
I can't bear to let her turn left.
Right on Queen's Park Crescent is right there. Make it. You're presently going north on Queen's Park Crescent. I want you to follow it around, going southbound. Okay? Okay? Henrietta? Did you hear the instruction? I want you to follow it around, going southbound.
Henrietta isn't looking for signs. She isn't changing lanes. She isn't even acknowledging she heard me. Is she all right? Almost halfway through her final road test, Henrietta stops responding.
Okay? Henrietta? Did you hear the instruction?
Left lane, get into left lane, Henrietta.
Henrietta doesn't change lanes and misses her turn.
Southbound, so you need to go back that way.
Andrew, I want to stop.
Don't stop. I don't want to see Enda show a quitter, so you're going to do a U-turn. As soon as this guy passes you, give it. All the wheel you got. Well done.
With a successful U-turn, Henrietta's back on track.
You're going to finish this and you're going to succeed.
Ever since we've known Henrietta, she's needed encouragement to finish.
I'll never do this.
I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this anymore.
Sometimes it even seems as though she's kidding.
I can't do this.
Today, though, Henrietta's not kidding.
You're okay, Henry. Here we go. We're going to pull over then as soon as you want. You pull over as soon as you want. Take the first right when you get out of here. Turn right here. We're going to get off of this and we're going to stop.
Henrietta stops to wait for traffic, but when it moves, she doesn't.
I can't do this.
It's okay. Just creep it forward and we're going to get off the road. You're totally fine, Henrietta. You've shown great courage. It's all right.
Henrietta concentrates and does make it safely around the corner. But even parked, she's still unsafe.
What you doing? What you doing?
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Just sit. Just sit, Henrietta. You're okay. You want to get in here, Andy?
Okay? Relax. It's all over. It's all over. You want to get over and get some air? You did your best. That's all I can ask for. Do your best, right? Okay?
Henrietta's best move was deciding to pull over.
Whew, well, there's that done.
Oh my God, I can laugh now. It's not funny when you're behind that wheel.
For Henrietta, driving has never been fun.
Since the first time I ever got behind the wheel, I despise driving.
Really, your whole life you never liked it?
I despise it. I hate driving.
Michael needs to drive this test better than yesterday's.
I completely blew the Mega Challenge.
In the Mega Challenge, Michael hit my mother. That memory is haunting him.
My night was terrible. Stress and no sleep. In short, it was wretched.
Michael?
Yes?
Good luck, man.
Thank you.
You can do this.
Michael pulls onto a Toronto street for the first time in his life.
That's correct, sir.
After 4 good turns, he tries going
left on Wellington Street.
But like the other bad drivers, Michael goes past the point of no return and watches the light go from green to orange to red.
Okay, we're in the middle of the intersection on a red light here, but I don't want to do that a lot.
Michael makes it to Yonge, but he doesn't see the sign for Edward Street.
Okay, that's Edward Street right there.
Michael deduces that 4 right turns will put him back on Yonge Street.
So tell me where we are now?
We are now, I believe, back on Yonge Street.
Incorrect, sir. Yonge Street is the next one over. You didn't go that far.
You lost right out of the box.
I'm just going to have to do another loop.
Michael's loop leads to a dead end.
Okay, this does not work.
Getting lost is nothing new to Michael.
I think we're off course.
Michael's been through 3 navigational challenges with us.
I don't even know if we're still in Angus.
In the first, he got quite lost.
Hello, looking for a map of the local area.
In the second, he got so lost he couldn't finish.
I have this nagging suspicion that we've gone catastrophically wrong in our navigation somehow.
And in the third, he also couldn't find the finish.
Let me take a look. Okay, we do not, I believe, or do we?
Today in Toronto, Michael gets his bearings.
Back on course.
But it takes him 9 turns and 15 minutes. When Michael has to
make a U-turn on Spadina,
he thinks these U-turn lanes are left turn arrows.
Making a U-turn on a left turn arrow is illegal.
So how do you make a U-turn on Spadina?
carefully.
Almost a kilometer north, Michael carefully does a U-turn, but...
Okay, that was extraordinarily illegal, so I'm not going to count that as your U-turn on Spadina.
Getting back on course, Michael starts a very late left turn, and when he sees pedestrians, he stops in the worst possible place.
Oh, please move forward out of that guy's lane. Just
that's what I'm
forward.
doing.
Come on.
No point honking me.
4.5 minutes later,
And here we are back on Spadina, looking for an opportunity to make a U-turn.
once again, Michael doesn't see his first opportunity, but...
Okay, spotted it.
We are back on track.
Yes.
Do a right on Baldwin, which you just missed.
Which I just missed. Crud.
To get back to Baldwin, Michael wants to turn left over 2 streetcar tracks and 3 lanes of traffic. But when the signal goes green,
You're on.
Yep.
Michael only drives a meter.
That's not going to impress anybody behind us that there was a left turn signal and you didn't turn.
Doesn't impress me either.
So there's your light, man. Go, take it. Come on.
When Michael gets back to Baldwin, he goes off course again.
Well, at least this should be a fairly straightforward recovery.
Turning onto Spadina for the 5th time, Michael fits the entire smart car within the confines of a crosswalk.
We now have clear space to stop blocking the crosswalk.
Michael gets on track, then off track, then on track again.
And yet again, our old friend, Spadina.
Seeing this stopped car, Michael slows down to a crawl. In his lesson this morning, our instructor Scott became concerned when Michael drifted across lanes without looking over his shoulder.
Next time, check blind spot.
Trying to pass the car on Spadina, Michael doesn't check his blind spot.
Watch that other lane. Watch that lane.
After the break, Michael's final exam comes to an end. The identity of Canada's worst driver will be made public when Michael finishes his final exam.
Watch that other lane. Watch that lane.
What? Which?
That lane. You were turning into that lane, weren't you?
I was just starting to. Just barely.
That lane was occupied.
You don't merge with solid objects, Michael.
You also don't stop at a green light.
Not good.
Not good, sir.
A lot of missed turns later.
Starting to get dark, Michael.
Rush hour is over, but Michael's still not moving.
Once again, you are allowed to turn right on a red light in this city.
When he makes it to the finish, Michael thinks he's the worst.
I blew it by being too far out.
Michael made 6 moving violations and took more than triple the time required.
Now let's get Eric's opinion.
Primus, you missed 6 turn points. Secondus, you were defensive driving to the point where you were becoming dangerous. Tertius, attempting to merge with a solid object, i.e. the other car in the other lane, bad.
Everyone was bad. But who is Canada's worst driver? The decision will be made at the rehab center.
I am going to end up being Canada's worst driver.
I am going to be Canada's worst driver.
I'm such a bad driver.
It's Judgment Day.
The challenge here is going to be not naming everybody Canada's worst driver. I've already changed my mind 6 times. Scott Marshall.
Toss-up between Henrietta and Michael, but I'm going to go with Henrietta. Henrietta is suffering from more driver problems. She can't physically operate a vehicle. She makes more mental errors. She gets frustrated.
Jesus Murphy!
She gets angry.
Cam Woolley, who is Canada's worst driver?
I think it's Michael, because he was the worst in the 10-trailer reversing. On the Mega Challenge, he hit the wall, drove in the rims, wiped out the eye of the needle, and ran over your mother, should I remind you.
Crud!
Sorry, Mom.
And then on the Toronto finale, he was the closest guy to a crash we had. Yeah. There's no question Henrietta is terrible. But I think Michael is actually more dangerous.
Juliana, real blunt, who's Canada's worst driver?
Michael.
Why?
He didn't know how to city drive, but at least she had the decency to pull over.
Marcus, jump in.
Although Michael is really horrible, I think that Henrietta is even worse, and I think she's a walking time bomb. I don't think she should be driving, period.
This title comes with a lot of complex baggage. I don't want to give it to the wrong person because they have to wear it. This is their real lives.
We take a moment, then give our final vote.
Michael.
Henrietta.
Henrietta.
Michael.
You have the tiebreaker.
Again.
I don't want to look either of these people in the eye and tell them they're Canada's worst driver.
They are nice people, Andrew.
But it's time for them to face the music.
We've reached the end of the final episode here at Canada's Worst Driver. It's time to give 2 people back their keys, then name someone as the most atrocious motorist in the entire country. Shannon, I'm going to start with you. In downtown Toronto, you committed so many moving violations that you could actually have your license revoked based on demerit points alone. It is shocking for me to tell you that you are not Canada's worst driver. So, I'm going to give you back your keys and remind you, be safe.
Yes.
Please.
Okay.
When Shannon showed up in rehab, we had no idea she was 4 months pregnant. All we knew was this fireball had written off 5 cars in 3 years, and she was proud of every collision.
Do you like it, hitting stuff?
Yeah.
Shannon liked hitting stuff a lot.
There goes my bike. When I hit it, it was like such a rush.
During her stay, we helped Shannon realize this is no way for a young mother to drive.
I have 5 more months to get this right.
Shannon's got the proper motivation. She's got the basic skills.
Yeah.
And now, she's got her keys back.
After the break, we'll find out which of the 2 horrendous motorists behind me is Canada's worst driver. It's come to this. Someone is about to be awarded this hideous trophy. Michael, Henrietta, we spent hours debating which of you is Canada's worst driver. Now, it's time for the announcement. When it came to the challenges, reversing a trailer, the worst driver was Michael.
No questions asked.
When it came to navigating your way through the mega challenge, the worst driver was Michael. It was you. Which brings us to Toronto. Henrietta, you quit that challenge before you even made it halfway through. Michael, you, on the other hand, attacked the Toronto challenge head on. So, which one of you deserves to have this sculpture shackled to your driving resume? Canada's worst driver is Henrietta.
Wow, Michael, you're off the hook.
Henrietta,
Yes.
I'm sorry, it's not personal, but you really are Canada's worst driver. That means you don't graduate, you don't get your keys back, but you get taken home in this really sweet ride.
Whoa, that's worth it. Woohoo! I like that. Do I get to get in there?
Of course, get in.
Henrietta is officially crowned Canada's worst driver.
Henrietta, look, you forgot this.
And Michael is the bridesmaid once again. But that's okay with him.
I successfully avoided being named Canada's worst driver.
Michael arrived here hoping to learn how to stop grinding things into his new Mercedes.
When I arrived, I was not as good as I had thought.
Whoa!
Right.
Michael never improved enough to graduate. Ouchie douchie.
I am a rather more defensive driver than I had realized. No point haunting me.
But he definitely became a better motorist.
Yes, Michael.
The training itself was definitely worthwhile.
For Michael's drive to the airport, though, Eric will chauffeur.
Love you all.
Canada's worst driver came here thinking she'd just have a laugh. Instead,
No laughing, right.
she had the worst run in almost every challenge we organized. No one in rehab hit more things. No one
Jesus!
caused more financial damage. And no one refused responsibility more often.
It's not my fault. Stop it. The road was too narrow for the truck. The navigator was terrible.
I hate you instructing me what to do. See?
You want to go in the ditch? That's where you're putting me.
Yeah, get me stuck. You're friggin' screw me up every time.
Right, I thought you were trying to trick me. They're trying to give me a trick. You got me again.
This is a lesson, it's not a trick.
It's not the driver, it's the car. Because it's a stupid truck.
Henrietta now realizes exactly how bad she is.
I do deserve to be Canada's worst driver.
But she wants to keep on driving. So,
You're going to learn.
And I'm going to learn. I'm going to go and get driver's lessons.
who knows? Maybe next year, Henrietta will be driving the limo.